Concentrate power. You're in the dog zone for an hour. Come on. You know the number. 1-900 hot dog. 1-900 hot dog. 1-900 hot dog. Yeah, 9,000.
Welcome to the DOGGZZONE 9000, the official podcast of 1-900hotdog.com. We are the last comedy website. We have new articles every weekday by world-class comedy writers. Text and images made into jokes at one easy location, just like the golden age of the World Wide Web. We're ad-free, so support us at patreon.com/1900hotdog. I'm Seanbaby, and I invented being funny on the internet. My co-host and hot dog partner is Moist Wetman's Bulge Boy runner-up and a fluffer understudy on the 2004 film MXP Most Extreme Primate. He's the great Robert Brockway.
Oh, man. And that fluffer, he's real sick. I got a good shot.
Yeah, just all it takes, one fluffer death and you're in the hot seat.
I got a good shot at sucking off Jason Alexander. Is that the Jason Alexander? No, it's
No.
Chuck Sin.
The joke was it was the chimpanzee. You were fluffing the
Okay.
If I have to explain the joke, it doesn't work. See, listeners, Robert Brockway is
This can't be the way you're starting this podcast.
Jamie, we can cut the very lengthy oral sex description. Jamie,
keep it in.
That was our guess, but before that, do we have a Brockway fact? I'm sorry we got interrupted with all the chimpanzee oral stuff.
No, I'm too busy sucking chimp dick over here.
That in itself, that is kind of a fact, a fun fact. Our returning guest here in the illustrious Dog Zone is a master of producing, editing, and karate. His weapons are the throwing star and the throwing star. It's Eddie Doty.
I love that canonically from here on out I get the Deadliest Warrior intro, which I feel
How could we not?
Is my work here is done. Hi everybody.
Welcome back. Now I know most of the infrastructure and civilization surrounding you burned down, but assuming that gets taken care of, what are you working on these days?
I'm working on some cool stuff. So I just did a big campaign with Square Enix for their new game Life is Strange, double exposure.
Oh,
so we did.
That's cool.
Did a bunch of interviews with the voice cast, and we created a print and play tabletop murder mystery game called Two Moons Rising, and we filmed it with a cool bunch of TTRPG like D&D folks like Jasmine Bueller and Bria Yengar, and that's that. And I'm working on some cool stuff with 2K Games right now, which I can't talk about. And we just filmed a big thing, which hopefully by the time this comes out, you'll be able to see. But that's super vague and not exactly satisfying. But yeah, there's a lot of cool, fun stuff we're doing.
If I real quick. All narcs, please stop listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
What you're really working on? What's that thing you can't talk about?
It may involve
all the narcs are gone.
It may involve some trading cards and some wrestlers. That's all I'll say for right now.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
All right, narcs, come on back in.
Welcome home, narcs. Kick up your feet.
Wrestling trading cards. They finally invented that, huh?
Like they kind of like decided to start doing it again. And I really don't know if that's gonna get announced by the time this comes out or not. But we'll see.
I had a friend who was completely addicted to WWE Supercard, which was a game where you get cards of the WWE wrestlers and you just tap it. Like there's no fucking game to it.
Yeah, no.
But like every event, he'd have this phone hidden behind him, just tapping away. Because like that's how you could play that game. It's just not looking but tapping.
I remember that game. You like tapped it, a number would happen, and you just have to trust that that number existed for a reason of some like game. But there's literally no way to find out what or how or why that number came to be.
It's the cocaine rat experiment.
Yeah, the cocaine.
It's exactly what it is.
Which, if you go back to like the 70s in professional wrestling, cocaine rats is the majority of the performance-enhancing drugs. That's where they came from.
It's my favorite tag team.
Cocaine rat. I miss tag teams where like it was a 2-word name and like one guy was one of the names and the other guy was like the other name.
You'd think my favorite would be cocaine, but it was rat.
It was rat, yeah. The real ones know that rat did all the work.
Like Strike Force with Rick Strike and Tito Force.
Tito Force. No, but like Ice Train in WCW in like the mid 90s. It was like Scott Fire and Ice. It was Ice Train and Scott Fire Norton
and Melvin Fire.
Melvin Fire.
Eddie, did you read the articles I wrote on a man called Eddie Vuittoinette?
I've read a few of the Eddie Fouchonnet articles. There's he's canonically a part of like the Pressure Point Death Masters, like your George Dillmans and the whatnot.
He is, but not in an official way. He's just he thinks he is, but I guess that's what George Dillman thinks too. So for listeners who don't keep up with all the articles on the site, which again aren't very good, and you should, he wrote a book about prehistoric birds in modern times. He wrote
I forgot
a book
that's how
that
it
was
started.
That's how I discovered him. I was like, what a fucking crazy book. And then I opened it. I'm like, a maniac wrote this. I'm going to Google who this is. And I found out he also wrote a book about homemade CGI military zombie comic creatures. Then Brockway and I together did a team working article about his incredible martial arts manual. We'll get to that. Other things he does. He's a rabbit farmer. He's a semi-amateur singer. He was too incompetent to be a justice of the peace in Texas, so he's not that anymore. He's an aspiring roadside attraction owner. He's a badge maker, and that's kind of what it sounds like. He makes a lot of circular text badges, no follow-up questions. He's a sub-English word paste author, a 0 out of 10 graphic designer, a rapper, and most importantly, he's a Frank Dukes, which means he made up a story about how he defeated all of the streets in the 1970s and created his own style of martial arts based very not loosely off of this comic book style of pressure point attacks that you'd get in 60s comic books. So it's close to Muryo Waza, which is the name of his style.
Oh.
It's called Muryo Waza, The Way of Unlimited Techniques, a guarded, exclusive, and confidential course. So if you're listening to this podcast, you narcs, tell no one of this. These Muryo Waza moves are secret and maybe protected by moves even more secret.
Narcs, please disregard what I said about make yourself comfortable and kick your feet up. That is not in effect anymore.
That's right. Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out.
Narcs, you can come back in.
Okay.
So this book, as you already know from his very incomplete description, it's madness. The moves are in new order. It is the size of a Chicago phone book. It has no page numbers. There are many chapters dedicated to things unrelated to anything, but chapters is too strong a word and things is too strong a word. Most moves are demonstrated very stiffly, very badly by sexy CGI SWAT team ladies from his zombie comic book.
Okay.
And they are not helpful.
But there are badges, right?
Oh my God, so many badges.
Okay, as long as there are badges, I'm back in. I'm all the way in. I want like a Boy Scout sash of pure madness. I want like a Boy Scout sash that if you try to read any of the buttons, you just go mad like a Lovecraft protagonist.
That's at least what we're going to do today.
All right.
Oh, wow.
The pages are 25% of each page is mostly animal clip art. 50% is random sidebars filled with the screams of suffocating madmen. And the rest is badges. Little merit badges honoring or representing things from a universe beyond our understanding.
And clocks, right? Is he still into clocks?
So many clocks. I should have mentioned the clocks.
It's impossible to mention all the things this is. Well, even one page.
He has a martial arts philosophy that like clocks represent points on the human body. Sort of makes sense in theory. He lost the handle on that so quickly. So it'll just be like a punch to the face. 3:17 p.m. Why not? Throw it on there.
Wait. So, okay. All right. So he's
Gonna take a while.
So I want to clarify. Is the clocks like code? So 3:17 means a punch to the face, or he's saying punch him in the face, and you want to land your fist roughly at 3:17 on like their face if their face was a clock.
It's adorable. You're trying to make sense of it. It is none of those things. It started off as a location to punch on the human body. So like a 3 o'clock would be the face. Even though the face already has a name and does not require a clock.
Face would be noon, wouldn't it? Like
Sure. It's something. I might be wrong about the 3. It doesn't matter whether I'm right or wrong because it is incoherent shitterings of a madman.
Okay.
And so...
Well, he also starts stacking all of the things that he is. So it's not just a clock, but it's an animal and a badge on top of that clock, and then some CGI models like pointing at it.
This sounds like that game in Star Trek The Next Generation of that like Data plays against that one fucking alien that's like, it's just like a bunch of blocks on like 5 different tiles that are moving in a circle, like, and you're trying to make some kind of sense of like how this game is played. That's what I'm feeling like, trying to understand this person.
I feel like it's that, but far more incoherent.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that if Data was an idiot and made up the game, and the person he was playing with had no idea
Was
what
a
was
cocaine
happening.
rat.
He was
Right. But also it vertically synergized with his CGI zombie military comic book.
And then Data started rapping, like about martial arts.
Okay.
It's like that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're off to a great start. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So this thing, it's full color also. You're probably picturing like a bunch of newsprint. No, it's full color. It is worth all $40 that it cost me on Amazon. I'm sure it cost him $41 to print it. I don't think he's making any money off this.
That's good to know. I legitimately was like envisioning George Techner's How to Teach Self-Defense to Your Boy. Like that was the style I was seeing this all in my mind.
Yes. Now, Eddie, you actually have been in books that look like that. I remember we were once in the karate store and you're like, check this out. You pulled out this fucking ancient kung fu book and there you were at like 12 years old getting kicked in the dick. I'm like, what the fuck?
so many pictures. Yeah, my original kung fu instructor was a regular columnist for Inside Karate. Don't ask me how that works. But yeah, my kung fu instructor was a columnist for Inside Karate, and he would just, you could tell it was like the school was doing okay for him, but the articles were a non-insignificant part of his revenue because he would just, like, some of the article titles would just be like, does Tai Chi work on ground fighting? Like it was just like fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
And
you explode their heart. You make them shit their pants with a chi ball.
And so his students were cheap labor. So myself and a few others of us, would,
of course,
you know, who we would just be fucking ukes and, you know, to take photos and shit. And yeah, it's a shitty process because like you have to stand there and hold a kick in position for a while. And then and also with Eddie Bravo, like I was in Grappling Magazine, I was like an uke for that, where
famous maniac Eddie Bravo. Yeah,
fucking,
you have a purple belt, right?
I do. I'm a purple belt under
congratulations,
a lovable lunatic,
great fighter, a bit of a lunatic. Yes,
and he'd be the first to say that. I don't feel like that's a betrayal of friendship to say he's a fucking insane person. I think you would agree.
No,
but yeah, you got to hold those positions for a while, and sometimes you got to hold a choke, and so. I'm now knowing that it's in like full high def color. I really wish I could see this right now.
What I've taken away from this is that the only way to show up Sean is to actually be in one of his cursed library books. If he's like, look at my cursed library, and you just pick one out, and I'm like, I'm right here.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like that's like the twist in like a story. You know what I mean? Like in the hot dog 1-900 hot dog mythos. That's like
I would give you my house. I'd say to my wife and children, we're moving out. I've been defeated.
Give us 12 hours. I may need that. Who knows?
But this is the book we're using today. The Muryo Waza, blah, blah, all that other shit I said. We're calling the game today The Secret Death Hands of Eddie and Robert.
Oh, fuck.
Or Muryo Waza going on. Jamie, we can cut that. The rules are simple. You each need to get an 8-sided die or generate one using the crumbling infrastructure of the internet. So I'll give you a moment now to pull up a browser with an 8-sided die, or just grab one if you have one near you.
Do
like a nerd, right?
Yep, because I'm a big fucking nerd. You
I gotta look one up because I'm cool and I have a lot of sex.
I hear a whole pouch. Eddie, you're rattling a whole pouch.
And this is not a great pouch for this because this has like magic spin down counters and like fucking Star Trek RPG dice. You said D8, Sean?
Yes, please.
Okay, cool. Got it. All right.
So this is how we will advance pages to earn new martial knowledge. Because again, there's no page numbers or sections to this book. And if there are sections, they're placed randomly and, again, very incoherently. You will have access to any of this martial knowledge at any time. And as your abilities grow, so too will your challenges. We will be dealing with the relatable self-defense situations standardized by another classic martial arts guide, looking forward to being attacked by Lieutenant Jim Bullard. The two of you are a team of karate adventurers, but there are no rules against betrayal. In fact, there are no rules at all. Rule number 1. In the opening round, you must select one and only one animal style from whatever page of animal nonsense you land on. Grandmaster V. Toinette wrote down a list of animal attacks from 20 animals. They sprawl across dozens of pages before he decides on a much smaller number of animal styles not related to the first part, but named after some of the same animals. I can't explain it, but neither could the author. The point is, I'm going to read you crazy shit, and you pick your animal style from it. Rule number 2. Eddie, start, roll, go.
2.
Okay. You've landed on a page that says, calamitous attack patterns based on animal attacks.
I'm so excited already.
You're going to pick an animal from the nonsense I read.
Okay, sure.
This is the very first part of this section. Number 1, ape climbs tree. Trapping control grabbing arms, executing a jumping headbutt. There's no picture. It's just that text.
Some sort of human ape bullet? Like...
Just take that with you. That's a move you know now.
Great.
Number 2, ape bites branch. Biting an assailant's arm with control.
With control.
So don't just bite through the thing.
Yeah, no. You gotta get a firm. You gotta find purchase on that forearm there.
Not lunch.
Nope.
It's an attack bite.
Yep.
Number 3, ape grips bamboo stalk.
Oh, I know that
A
one.
merciless hand grip at the 3. Yes, yeah. It's not a hand job. It's a throat grab.
Fuck.
What?
Merciless one. Merciless is in quotes,
I don't know
meaning
that one.
it's sarcastic, I guess.
Robert and I were both felt a little gypped by the fact that it wasn't a hand job. Like, I just want to
Yeah.
say, we both felt a little bit.
It's true. Number 4, Harry the ape. Continues marching type, front snap kick at knees.
Why does that one get a first name?
I don't know.
Why don't they all get first names?
Yeah, why can't it be Kevin the dick grab?
Yeah.
Roger the monkey.
All right, number 5, monkey's paw.
Alfonso the handjob primate. Like, what?
You said paw?
Monkey's paw, clawless tiger's strike to face and neck, and then it says the tiger, panthera tigris, lion, panther, cat, leopard. And that does not have a move. That's just
done. That's it. I don't even know.
Just-
Say less. Fucking all the Latin animals. I want that one.
Here's a monkey strike, and then all of my favorite Thundercats.
I like Chitara battle action tank.
Tennis snarf. That's it. Just snarf.
3-year-old lion.
Okay, yeah, the Latin animal combination. That's mine.
So your panthera tigris style?
Hell yes.
Okay, that's just something to keep in mind as we go through the book, that your specialization is panthera tigris.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it'll come in handy, maybe it won't. Brockway, it's your turn.
All right. I'm going to roll 3.
Number 4, the badger's mirror. Ultra quick scratches to entire face.
Why does a badger get or need a mirror?
This is how, a badger, fixes his makeup, I guess. He attacks the mirror.
This is like the never-ending story thing where the badger has to face the darkness within him.
I guess. Is there a scene where a badger attacks a mirror in the never-ending story?
I don't know anything anymore. This is vaporizing.
That's what they had in the Chinese version because they aren't allowed to watch horses die in China. Number 5, twisting badger's claw. Quick, snap back, twisting, clawless strike.
Okay.
No, number 5, the bear. Ursus, black, Kodak, brown, polar.
all of the bear. The universal bear. It's going to be hard to beat all bears.
I have a lot of books where it's I call a guy crazy because he makes bad artistic decisions. But it's rare to find someone who truly has just an unhinged understanding of all things. And this is one of those. Number 1, twin bears. Hands cupped, they strike assailant's ears. There are some commas in there, not where you'd expect. Bear hug, crushing, twisting hug at kidneys, and if not, neck or head.
Hug at kidneys, huh? All right.
Hug at kidneys, and bear bites branch. Arm bites.
Man, one of these is going to be a dick pull.
Bear claws at bark. Bear strike at kidneys, groin, sides of torso. There you go. You got a bear groin attack. So it sounds your choices are any bear or badger.
I choose all bears. I choose the conglomerate of every bear that has or ever will be.
Congratulations. You are an amalgamation of every cat and every bear, which I think sounds like a very strong fighting style.
That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Fuck yeah.
So we're set for that. Your first encounter is this. Your consciousnesses are trapped inside a beautiful woman mowing her lawn. A lurking creep makes his move. Roll your dice. Defend her lawn.
Shit.
Both of us at the same time?
Sure, why not? I just want to be clear that the two of you, your minds, your souls, you're piloting the body of the beautiful woman. Every moment is searing psychic agony for you and the body's original owner. But escape will never come, and this will be the last time I mention it. Together, you are her, and you must defend her from this horny town of choke perverts. She makes it through this podcast, or you are trapped in darkness forever. And if you die in a podcast,
you die in real life.
Die in real life.
I was absolutely certain I was going to be the creep, but okay.
I was gonna say, yeah. No, it sounds like the combat we're engaged in is against the pervert, but Robert also potentially a clash of philosophies between mostly bear and Latin cats.
Right.
Okay.
You can work it out yourself if one of you controls her left half and one controls her right.
We can Jaeger this. Yeah.
Eddie, what did you roll?
I rolled a 3.
Okay, it looks like you've landed on the dragon, and then dragon stance with a U.
God, yes.
Chinese pinyin kung fu.
Okay.
It is
more things, please.
It is every animal clip art that's ever been.
Yeah. Okay.
In a horizontal line.
Okay.
It says, an amalgam of several creatures, including monitor lizards, pythons, and the Chinese alligator, the polymorphic dragon was a water spirit responsible for bringing the rains and thus ensuring the survival of crops. This will come in handy in a karate attack, I think.
Yeah.
The rain dragon?
You've got foot stomps, dragon stomps fire, stiff leg wheel kick, dragon whips tail, and position assumed, powerful front stance. A lot of words don't quite fit together with other words. I'm going to skip some of this. So you've got a bunch of dragon stuff. Brockway, what did you roll?
I rolled a 6.
Armored car crime report. Armored car guard killed in shooting while servicing ATM, Dallas, Texas, September 14th, 2020. A suspect armed with a rifle shot and killed an armored car guard in the process of servicing an ATM outside of a Dallas bank. The suspect escaped the scene and is being sought by law enforcement. Okay, so there's something you should know about this book. There's a section where he just lists every armored car robbery that has ever taken place in Texas.
In the middle of everything else.
In the middle of karate moves.
Powerful drag rain parade front stance. Armored car dead. All armored car deaths in chronological order.
List of my favorite snakes.
This is security officers specifically for armored car drivers, I think. And I think that just hearing these like brief descriptions of crimes will help you like prepare. Like, so you're like, oh, somebody got shot outside an ATM. Here's the style of tiger paw I would use against that.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to skip past this. Dear God, it goes on for so long.
I'll take armored car style, thank you.
You have all knowledge of every armed car robbery. Oh, my God, it's still going.
That's perfect for all bears.
These pages are not numbered, but I swear to God, there is...
Of course they're not.
3/4 of an inch of pages I just skipped of just armored car robbery descriptions.
just the names of everybody who's died defending an armored car.
Just the Vietnam Memorial of armored car robberies.
In the middle of a list of Thundercat attacks.
You're mowing your lawn, a creep makes this move. The two of you control all armored car robbery knowledge and every dragon move. Defeat this creep.
And we're combined. Our efforts can be combined, right?
Absolutely. Or oppose each other. It's up to you. You're piloting this shrieking, screaming, psychic residue of a woman.
Robert, while we figure out what we're going to do, can we assume a dragon stance at least?
Let's assume a powerful front dragon stance, because I think if she's mowing her lawn, like, it's been kind of droughty, she could use a nice rain parade.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I believe that's what that does, I think.
Exactly right. Exactly right. 100%. That's in the book.
Meanwhile, I would like to, a la Aragon in Lord of the Rings, I would like to summon the army of the undead armored car guards that I control.
Oh, that's a powerful
because they
attack.
do owe me a pact.
I'll allow it.
And I would like them to shriek the terrible secrets of the universe into the creep's ear, which I believe should make his head explode.
I was just about to say, something should, like, pop.
I agree completely. You earn 2 lawn mowing points, and the creep's head has exploded. And this neighborhood's getting some much needed rain. Everyone's lawns are going to look great.
And all the armored car guards' souls look to me because the pact has been fulfilled, but I don't release them.
Oh, that's cold. I was going to say, so if the blood from the exploded raper lands on us, I maintain we should like hold that posture. So that when the pleading ghosts like are waiting for us to finally release them, they're confronted with our stoicism and just like a lot of blood on our face.
I mean, we're also kind of here to impress the woman mowing her lawn once we stop becoming her. I imagine once our souls escape and take corporeal form again, and I think she's really gonna like that, being covered in blood.
Yeah. I think she's. I agree with you. I think she's gonna. I don't think this is the first time we've done this.
You guys really understand women. I think that's what I'm taking.
That's what they mean by making them wet, right? Because if it's not, I've been doing some things wrong.
Fantastic first round. Round number 2, you are window shopping for 70s fashion essentials.
Yep.
A man slides his wet arm around your waist and asks to clean your feet with his mouth.
So we're at E3?
Yes, we're at E3. Eddie, go ahead and roll and see what your move is.
3 again. I don't know. Like, I need to die. Jeez.
Couch taters, senior citizens, children, and the disabled have obvious limitations. Nonetheless, Muryo Waza can even things out by turning disability into ability.
Hell yeah.
A Muryo Waza practitioner will engage an opponent without using brute strength or force techniques, even against opposing force, but rather attack the vital areas of the human body, pressure points, which cause immediate disability or even life-threatening injury. Okay, so you get Karate for couch taters. It could be a very relaxing round.
Great.
I was absolutely certain that was the best case scenario, how that turned out. I was absolutely certain this was going to be how to attack lazy and handicapped.
How to knock over a wheelchair with a chi ball.
Yeah, like how to attack various disabilities. Like, what are their weaknesses?
Oh my god. I'm checking to make sure that's not actually what this chapter is. It doesn't look like it. Brockway, your roll.
7.
You are roused in the middle of the night to rustling outside your house, or the sound of a window breaking downstairs. This activity would set anyone on high alert. He went to level 6 automatically. You grab a bat to use in self-defense, or the gun is in the house to protect you and your family. Even if the gun is properly registered and you have the appropriate licensing for the weapon, situations like these can leave the property owner facing criminal charges. Now you may be considered a criminal. For instance, under Texas law, and then he goes on and on about when you're allowed to shoot someone in your home, something only sane, reasonable people research.
So let's just recap this so far. Eddie is going to get all of the kung fu styles, the incoherent, animal-based, possibly time travel-based kung fu styles, and I'm going to get the racist rants and armored car deaths.
You get the racist paranoia of a light sleeper.
Okay. I'll try to use that to defend against this foot pervert. Is he awake?
He is awake for now.
Ah, fuck. All right, Eddie, I'm out.
Oh, you're just sitting this one out.
No, that was all I could do.
You just learned how to fight with half a body.
That's, yeah, okay, so this is legit, like, Pacific Rim when, like, the brother dies. All right.
Exactly.
Okay,
yes.
cool. So, all right, well.
That's a really good way to think of it, yeah.
Well, this actually makes sense because I am a master for this round of couch potato style. So,
yep.
I'm just going to fling the dead Robert half at him. And here's what I'm thinking.
I would like Eddie to roll for that, and I would like to roll against him.
I love it.
Okay.
Posed rolls. Let's go.
7.
That is a natural 1.
Fuck yeah. Nonviolent resistance, baby.
You shit your pants, and the part of the woman that Robert controls stands very still, not shitting its pants.
Is the pervert into me shitting my pants?
You know he is. You know this is not a deal breaker.
I think we failed this woman.
Yep, we've let her down.
Well, that's only one female death so far. 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Is it death or is it a fate worse than death? Which is what I'm trying to figure out.
Well, I assume death will come eventually. Death comes to us all.
Half of your body is flopped to the ground, seemingly dead. Half of it is shit itself, and you have a strange pervert trying to get your feet in his mouth.
Yeah.
I believe wasn't this an actual defense technique in one of your Maniac books? Was to soil yourself and play dead?
There's a book and video called Rapists Beware, and it is almost entirely based around very bad karate and puking and pooping on yourself to make yourself disgusting if you're being...
We have invented that.
This is the origin story. This is the session. This is like the prequel.
Congratulations.
This, I'm going all the way back. This should work.
Yeah. In the long run.
We have evidence.
The man who wrote that book was Grandmaster Casamassa, and his son went on to be on WMAC Masters. This is the amount of karate knowledge.
This is a WMAC Masters approved defense technique.
Chris Casamassa, he was Sub-Zero in the PCAP for the first Mortal Kombat. And
Sub-Zero approved of this.
Yep.
Come on.
And WMAC Masters. Yeah, God, I'm still really angry I was never on the WMAC Masters.
Eddie, I like hanging out with you because, like, normally this knowledge would be really useless. Like, walking around with that doesn't come in handy. But with you, that's like we're having a discussion about
Yes.
Chris Casamassa.
Chris Casamassa. He was in a lot of, like, those martial arts magazines that I was in back in the day. He was, like, the cover boy for a lot of that shit.
Oh, yeah. Very handsome man. Okay, so I think that's a loss. That's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh, I really thought we pulled that one out. All right.
No, it did not work out at all. Situation next. You are on your way to your car. A parking lot creep emerges. He has you by the arms. Eddie, roll your move.
8.
The assailant has no weapons. What is the assailant wearing? The color of his shirt / her blouse. Is he/she wearing reading / sunglasses, a cap, a hat, or any other dress accessories? Was he/she driving a car? Color, year, make, and model, license plate number, and state of issue. So you get some real, like, basic, like, observation skills to tell the police later.
Okay.
This might come in handy if it goes bad.
Or I'm doing intel for my Robert half for him to
Oh,
capitalize on. Okay.
Good idea. Good idea.
Let's see what I get and how I can use that.
Can we go in order of the questions, please?
What is the assailant wearing?
The Zardoz tunic.
Okay.
I can
The
use that.
color of his shirt / her blouse.
Yellow Zardoz tunic.
Okay. Very nice. Is he wearing reading / sunglasses, a cap, hat, or any other dress accessories?
A cabbie hat with fold down sunglasses. You know, like the hats that, like the novelty hats that had like the glasses.
Are we sure this guy's a creep? Because it sounds like he can get it.
Like Kadeem Harrison?
Yeah, kind of, but like they were like, they were embedded into the cap and they could just like fold down on their own.
Oh.
I invented a new hat. I'm a fashionista. So yeah, he has a cabbie hat, like a Kangol with like shades that fold down.
I love it.
Oh, okay. As the woman, can I fall in love?
As a free action.
All right.
Yes, as a free action. Done. All right. Brockway, you got some conflicting feelings. Roll your move.
All right. I also rolled an 8.
It's meant to be.
All right.
Do we just get this page twice?
No, I go 8 from wherever we were.
Okay.
You get twin double outer push block. And there's there's a picture of a sexy SWAT team woman. It looks like she's catching a high kick while she has sort of a disgusted look on her face. It's like a push you would use to sort of get through like a crowded like subway.
Yeah, I'm just picturing like an air breaststroke.
Kind of, but her hands are together like someone just tried to kick her in the face and she caught it by the shins.
I can use this because of the power of teamwork. Eddie gave me Zardoz tunic.
Yeah.
I reach out with my breaststroke hands, hooking my claws, my bear claws, the claws of all bears, into the suspenders of the Zardoz tunic, and then breaststroke them right off of his shoulders, stripping him naked. Now I'm completely in love. And it's no longer a creep move because this is totally consensual.
I was gonna say you've activated consent mode.
Yes.
Amazing.
We are all winners.
Again, I feel like you two really understand women.
That's the key to self-defense right there. Just understanding women.
I think this is a win for you, and as big a win as a parking lot creep has ever had.
Listen, they can't kill you if you love them.
I think that's a chapter in this book. Yep, that's ape style.
I think that's a move. Yeah, that's a move in this book.
I will give you the win for that, and I'll give you
Really?
one.
All right.
One parking lot sex point.
Can I also get a Zardoz point? I just want one.
Yeah, I'll give you a Zardoz point.
Just one Zardoz point.
All right, I'm going to use that later.
It'll come in handy. You are waiting for a bus, and a man with a bag on his head grabs your boobs from behind. I'm just reading precisely what Looking Forward to Being Attacked says. Eddie, pick a move from a die 8.
6.
Oh my god. Upper, cross block, hard school karate style.
Fuck yes.
And there's a woman who looks like Rosie the Riveter just throwing the sweetest upper cross block. Like, if you were to axe kick this woman, no, you're not.
Nope. you just have a crotch ready for destruction. That's all you got.
Can't get better than that. Brockway, roll a move, please.
So, not being familiar with the made-up karate of maniacs, I'm picturing like the Power Rangers stance with the forearms crossed over the head.
Absolutely.
Is that right?
That's exactly
Okay.
what it is.
Yep.
That's what I have access to. All right.
Well, it's Eddie's move, so you'd have to ask Eddie for the move. But yes, theoretically, you have full access to it.
I rolled a 1.
You got upper and downward block soft school Muryo Waza preference. And this is...
That means nothing. That means fucking nothing. What the
I've
fuck?
ordered that before. I've ordered that off a takeout menu.
This is... 2 people are kicking this woman, and she's blocking them both gently with very, very broken arms. Not because she's getting kicked in them, but because his CGI model has been shattered at every joint. You got a couple of blocks. I guess we're in a real block-heavy section of the book. I don't think either of them are super appropriate. This upper and downward block would work if your breasts are very different sizes, which we haven't discussed.
Feels early, but I'm gonna use Zardoz point.
Okay.
I summon the giant stone head
Wow.
To like dump rifles on it.
to arm the populace so that they might defend me.
You're like holding up your block against him. And you're just like, come on, let's go. I can only hold this for so long.
It looks like a block. I'm really doing the Zardoz. That's the Zardoz signal.
Oh,
That
of
summons
course.
the giant stone head.
It does sort of look like a Z the way she's holding her arms.
Oh, see, I already knew. This is the perfect time.
You already knew. So you have an army of people who died during armored car robberies and an army of like local militia.
Wait, do we get to keep our previous powers?
You do. You get to keep all your previous powers.
This has been a new scenario each time. Man, it's going to be hard not to default to the souls of murdered armored car guards every time. But I'm going to default. I'm going to give them the weapons the Zardoz head spit out, and I'm going to command them to kill until there's nothing left to kill. And I'm sure the robber's one of them. Like, he'll get caught up in that.
He'll get caught up in there. And Eddie, you have that cross block if you want to try to avoid this senseless death that's being unleashed.
I can cross block all the bullets. That's very reasonable.
Exactly.
Power Ranger style, of course. And just to clarify, I do not release them from their pact.
Nah.
Do I roll for cross blocking bullets?
Oh, absolutely not. That's automatic action.
Great. Amazing. We're so good at karate, you guys.
Karate's fucking easy. I didn't know it was like this.
It's been this easy the whole
I
time.
thought I had to do push-ups, man.
I'm already a black belt.
You are now, your next scenario, you're running a bakery and a horny customer charges you.
You know, classic scenario. Customers looking at buns, getting all horned up. Oh, look at all these buns.
I'm just taking exactly what this book trained us for. Not this book we're reading, but the other book I mentioned. So, Eddie, roll a move, please.
7.
Trapping hands and sticky fingers, praying mantis, tiger animal traits, no opposing thumb needed to grip or control the assailant's body. Then there's a hand with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 arrows. I'm not nope, I'm sorry, I missed 2. There's 13 arrows. There's a couple dotted line arrows that say twist on them.
I'm actually doing the posture. Hold on, I'm going to turn my camera off.
The hand is helpfully labeled thumb and digits. There's several of the arrows say push. When I say several, 8 of the arrows say push and the others say trap. Extremely versatile hand contortion used for pulling in the assailant with a wrap around transition to actual grip used to temporarily trap the assailant's arm without gripping. So,
of course,
that's the kind of karate move we're dealing with. Just the concept of a human hand.
Yep.
Okay, Brockway, roll a move, please.
I rolled a 6.
2 clocks on top of each other inside a badge.
Fuck yeah.
Very Eddie V-Twinette page. The badge says Muryo Waza Twin Clock Theory. Both of the clocks are at 2 o'clock.
They both at the same time.
A little seal. It says Gemini. That's it. That's your move. This badge representing double clock.
All right. And Eddie's got the concept of a hand?
Basically what a hand does.
So, not to peel back the curtain too much, but the software we're using, we all have cameras off, but I turned the camera on to demonstrate, and now that's like my profile pic in this.
Yep.
So if you look there, Robert, that's what I'm doing.
I can't see what you're talking about, but that's perfect.
Amazing.
It would be crazy if something worked.
The thumbnail, he's 7 tigers, but with like the souls of every security guard who ever died behind him.
And he's got crude, usable hands.
Yes, his hands kind of work if you really follow these instructions very clearly, but they're not great instructions. So how are you dealing with this charging bakery pervert? I'm
going to create an opening for you, Eddie, and you can use your hand to do something.
Yep.
I'm not going to judge what that is.
Yep.
But I'm going to create an opening. According to my understanding, and I have actually gone through quite a bit of this book doing the Team Working Day with Sean, I now master time travel, but double time travel. But it's twice. They're both at 2 o'clock, so it's both to the same time. So I can travel back twice to the same time is what I'm taking away from this. So I'm going to travel
to any 2 o'clock?
Yeah, I'm going to travel back to the 2 o'clock when I decided to become a baker, and I'm going to not become a baker because it's way too dangerous and these people are way too horny. Okay. What I'm going to do instead, is I'm going to become a creep, and then I'm going to rush up and I'm going to attack this baker, and then at the last minute, I'm going to fall to my knees and turn around and present my ass as though for an animal mating ritual. Now I'm going to use my second time travel. I'm going to go back and decide to be a baker again, creating the opening you need.
If I'm understanding this correctly, you are now presenting your ass to the charging maniac?
No, I'm back to being the baker. I use my second time travel to go back to the same moment and become the baker again. So now I am the baker, and instead of a charging creep, I've got one presenting to me as though a lion.
Oh, I get it. Time travel's hard.
It is.
It takes a high IQ to understand four-dimensional physics,
Yeah, double time travel's rough.
but I get it.
Anyway, that's the opening I've left you to use your hand for whatever.
It helps that you describe the time travel in the language of butthole, which really helped me as a layman understand it properly.
I understand conceptually what you're doing, Robert. What I'm trying to figure out now is how that can pair off of the attack I'm doing.
I've just presented an opening to you,
Sure.
and whatever you do, that's on you.
Yeah,
That's for the audience to judge you and not me.
that's fair.
You do have a human hand
I have
with
a hand.
all predator cat abilities. Nature's fister.
Yeah. I'm just gonna flick ears.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay.
I'm really gonna annoy the shit out of
So
him.
like a gentle schoolyard humiliation.
No, just like Big Brother, flicking ear and make the baker pervert know that there's nothing he can do about it.
You're gonna have to lean over that butthole to get to him.
That's fine. Yeah, the butthole is more just like a. It's sort of like the it's like jazz. It's the notes not played, right? So it's
Right.
a matter of he's thinking my mantis fist is going to go in his butthole at any time, but no, it's not. I'm just going to flick his ears.
Sean, are there any deadly pressure points in the ears?
There can be.
If there are, I wouldn't know how to look it up in this book because there's no table of contents or page numbers.
Or page numbers?
Robert, I got you. I'm just going to flick all of the ear until I find the pressure point that makes them explode. So it's just a barrage of ear flicks until I land on the pressure point.
Could you roll for that?
4.
Got it. He's dead. He exploded.
Good.
I was only had to beat a 4?
Little peek behind the curtain. Anything he said, that guy was going to explode.
Okay.
And our next attack. Very well done, gentlemen. You're on your way to the bathroom, and a man's arm shoots out from the ladies' bathroom to grab your wrist. Eddie, I need a roll.
That'd be a 2.
Gemini clock theory vital points. Malvolous spider takes the place of clock hands. The 12-legged spider acts like the hands of a clock.
The time spider! You got the time spider! The karate time spider, of course.
There's 2 motorcycle cops back to back, and it says side caster clock attack areas: face, head, neck, throat, shoulder area, elbows, mid body, lower abdomen, pelvic area, pollex clock, groin area, femoral arteries, femur bones, knees, tibia bones, fibula, and talus bones, insteps, toes. That's just what it says. It's basically how you would attack a motorcycle cop looking away from you. This is how you would surprise Eric Estrada at a birthday party.
I've seen this episode of Chips. It freeze frames right there. Right, somebody, right as the time spider attacks him. And you see his face like, oh, not again. And then freeze frame.
That's your move, Eddie. Brockway, let's find you a move.
Fucking how am I gonna beat Time Spider Motorcycle Cop? I got an 8. That's good.
Muryo Waza, Way of Unlimited Techniques, double kick. Pollux lower mid-level kick initiated at 3 or 9 bent joint areas. High kicks are most effective at the upper levels of the caster clock areas. Dim mock techniques attack pressure points and meridians.
I'm doing a pressure point double kick?
Doing a pressure point double kick. However, there's some pros and cons for this move. The pros are great balance and leg strength exercise. Impressive. Cons are easily thrown off balance when kicking, especially in a multiple assailant situation. Combatant must be in good physical shape with a good degree of flexibility.
I should
There's
say
a badge,
so.
There's a badge that says double kick, and there's a skeleton throwing 1 kick.
That's the badge.
That's the badge.
Double kick, skeleton, 1 kick style. So I'm picturing like the classic Van Damme style leap up split double kick. Only both of his big toes land in like a vital pressure point on 2 different opponents.
Yep, exactly.
That's pretty good, but it's no time spider. I think I'm
this
losing this one.
random arm coming out of the bathroom is fucked. I mean, I don't even think we have to roll for anything. Like, there's just overwhelming amount of firepower on our side.
I'm gonna double kick both of his dim mock pressure points, the one in his neck and the one in his crotch. That should kill him twice, but like the warring pressure points should stave it off for a little bit. While Eddie does whatever he's going to do with his time spider.
I feel pressure just hearing that. Like, it's like ultimate choice paralysis.
I mean, if I could just make a quick suggestion,
please
eat him as a baby.
Yeah.
Lay eggs in him as a young boy.
It's right there. It's a classic.
There we go. All
right. And so I'll amend that. If he's got eggs in him as a young boy, I'm going to double pressure point the secret egg sacs, thus causing him to explode in young spiders.
Yeah, like premature fussy spiders. So, like, they'll come out extra angry.
So this guy grabbed for a lady, from the bathroom and exploded into spiders. I can't imagine losing worse than that.
Pretty goddamn bad.
An overwhelming victory. You are now entering into the bathroom. The ceiling blinks at you. A blanket-like creature falls. It's a lurker above. It has 10 hit dice and standard magic resistance. Eddie, roll a karate move.
Is this a humanoid?
No, it's a fucking blanket monster from the Monster Manual Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, shit. Okay, all right.
I switched books. I switched source material.
Oh, okay, good. That's a 5.
It's a great joke. Oh, sorry, it's a 5. It's a great joke, but there's no way you could expect Eddie to not believe that was in this book. That there's just like the words.
It's true.
We've long passed time spiders, so like I figured it had to be an
right.
extra
Of course, there's a lurk where I get lurker from above style. I won't even question it.
Yeah. But yeah, I rolled a 5.
Just a front kick.
That's it. We just had time spider. I just have a front kick against a goddamn lurker in the monster manual.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I choked.
He does have a tip. It says aim, and that's where the kick will be, which I think is kind of how aiming works. But it's in quotes as if someone said it, but it's not attributed.
Why is that the
Grandmasters
funniest thing you could possibly say in this book? Aim, and that's where the kick should go.
But he says it like Wayne Gretzky told him that.
That sounds like when your uncle is like watching your karate tournament and like is trying to give you advice from the sidelines. Oh God!
Be like water. Aim, and that's where kick will be.
Sounds like for just one brief second, Eddie got possessed by the ghost of a sane person after all of the insane ghosts had possessed him. He's like, wow.
The most preposterous thing I heard all night was front kick.
Just front kick. And all the other ghosts are like, what the fuck was that? No time spiders in there at all.
They have CGI demonstration of a front kick, and as someone with a 9 out of 10 front kick, this is one of the worst front kicks I've ever seen.
There's no information.
I'm painting a mental picture. Sean, is the leg bent in the photo? Like, is it not at full extension?
The leg hitting the guy high in the chest is at full extension, and the other one is like kind of shattered in 3 places.
Okay.
Like again, his CGI models are a little octopusy.
Got it.
His hands are just like randomly in front of him.
Okay.
He's not leaning back. It's a bad front kick.
Got it. Okay.
We've got a bad front kick.
That's like a pet peeve of mine is like a photo of a front kick or of any kind of kick or like any front kick, and it's like the leg is not even at full extension because the guy has just been holding his fucking foot up there for like 30 seconds while the photographer takes the goddamn shot.
You got to time it just right when you kick your photo partner through a wall.
Yeah, exactly.
Swap. Did you get the shot? Nope. All right. Reset. Rebuild the wall. Find a guy without a caved-in chest. I could see how taking karate pictures could be hard. All right, Brockway, pick a move.
Going again. All right, I rolled a 2.
You have landed on solar, in quotes, vertical punch, piston-type punch, caster clock.
Fuck yeah.
Your guy is doing a straight punch. It says straight attack. Immovable elbow is what it says on the elbow. It says willow leaf block on the other hand.
Bonus.
And there's a clip art of a piston on the arm. Straight attack, upper mid-level, closed fist depicted. Choose animal hand contortion is what it says at the bottom.
Oh, I get to choose my animal hand contortion. Fucking I choose Time Spider.
You have access to Time Spider. I will allow it.
All right, this is some anime shit. I'm going to solar piston punch him and then do a Time Spider pressure grab. And then, you know what? Clumsy front kick.
Well, it only has 10 hit dice from what the Monster Manual said, so that's easily 10 hit dice worth of damage.
So the first move is like, I'm going to say does 47 damage, and then the front kick does 2.
That sounds about right. So 49 total damage. Yeah, that should do it. Hit dice, you'd average, about 4.5? About 45 hit points for that?
I'm just going to add this on. Shouldn't even really need to say it. Gonna eat him as a baby. Going back in time, using Time Spider, having the Time Spider eat him as a baby. So this never happened.
What do you think a lurker above baby looks like?
Like a little security blanket.
Okay, that's cute. Like, how many do you think they have in a litter? Do they, like, squat out a box of Kleenex?
I'd like to think it's just one so that it's really precious. It's really precious to the mother, and she's heartbroken after this.
That's beautiful.
I've effectively taken out 2 lurkers from above, because she's never going to pose a threat again.
Her despair runs so deep. She's just going to lay on that ceiling and die.
And you know what? Eddie can find her in that bathroom and front kick her.
I like appear out of a time portal just to deliver a kick. And then... No,
it's all these years, it's decades later after she has been moping there in despair, and you just kick open the door and front kick her. It doesn't really hurt, but it's very insulting.
Killer over the course of several months with this shitty front kick. You are playing tennis, and a shadowy intruder chokes you from behind. Eddie, we need you to roll a move.
All right. 4.
This page has 2 naked CGI men back to back. It says Malvolious's spider, the 12-legged spider, acts like the hands of the clock. We've heard that before.
Yes, we have.
There's a badge that says Pollock's clock for stances. It's at about 540. And then there's, it says, example, how to use Pollock's clock in a stance. And I can tell you from someone looking at this page, it does not show you how to use Pollock's clock in a stance. This is madness. It is a man standing on the clock, kind of shows where his feet go. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And then there are 12 spider legs coming out from his crotch.
Oh, yeah.
Touching different sections of the clock.
Say less.
With 2 arrows, meaning with unlabeled, just random arrows pointing at things.
Oh, fucking fantastic. I love the 12-legged time spider. It's the best.
So basically, I'm going to take this as literally as possible. So,
okay.
So it's hands behind me, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, I just whisper and I just whisper behind me, the clock is on the wall. Meaning, I go into a handstand, spread my legs.
Okay.
All the little arrows come out of my taint, and they're spider legs made of metal, and they just fucking claw his face off.
Holy shit. That's almost exactly what this drawing is.
Yeah.
I believe that's the only way
That's what I'm saying. So, if I was just standing up like a loser, the clock would be underneath me. But no. Handstand stance, do a splits, and now the clock is, as it should be, on the wall. Therefore, the legs, all the little tines, are coming directly at my attacker.
Holy shit.
And you're in a little tennis skirt, too, so there's one moment where he's really optimistic, and that's right before the spiders come.
It's another creep who thought he was getting a big win today.
Nope.
And then iron spider legs come out.
Yep.
Brockway, there's not much left of this guy, but roll a move.
All right, I rolled a 6.
You got a fixed whale dozing. Against object at upper high level 2 and 3 area. Impact received at upper high and mid-level areas. There is 2 different bulldozer clip arts. Well, I say different, but they're just different sizes of the same clip art. A picture of a sperm whale, another guy shoving a lady in the tummy, and then a skull next to her, implying that maybe she's dead. It was really fun describing that.
Well, that's what he just found out after the spiders killed him. That's what the afterlife looks like for him.
Whale shoves.
He's being destroyed by several bulldozers and then crushed by a whale over and over again.
I love it. I think whale is an underused style of kung fu.
Yeah, me too.
Eddie, are you familiar with whale kung fu?
Yeah, you eat a bunch of shrimp and shit to death.
I picture it as you leap up and try to get your belly as high up above them as you can before landing on them.
It's a good idea.
I was sick this day at kung fu school, but I did the makeup assignment, so it's coming back to me now. You know when a beach whale is dead, and then all the gases in their tummy make them fucking detonate?
Right.
It's that.
That's how you do it?
That's how you do it.
You are a pharmacist, and one of your coworkers bare hand strangles you from the front.
Sure.
This is a rough pharmacy, man. This is a bad side of town.
Eddie, roll a move, please.
All right, here we go. 3.
Spin around kick, the cinematic kick.
All right.
And there is 7 pictures of a guy spinning around, throwing just the worst spin kick. Then there's a badge that says spin around kick, and it is a skeleton throwing a sidekick straight up, like a karate clip art, but with a skull.
Got it. Can I add some narrative context to my spin kick?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I didn't realize that this was an attack. I've done so much neck training, iron neck training, that I thought my coworker was simply greeting me.
Oh,
and so
okay.
I went into what our standard greeting was, which was a high five via spinning back kicks. So our feet high five, which I thought that's what we were going for, because I haven't clocked this as an attack yet.
That might cost you. That's dangerous.
I know.
Also, some more bad news. There's an X-Men symbol on the end of this guy's foot after it finishes his kick.
Shit.
And it says high percentage of misses.
Oh,
fuck. Shit.
God damn it.
But there's also an arrow that says great level, and it's just pointing off the page. Not sure what it means.
Okay.
But I think that's the level you want to throw the kick. But again, it's pointing very literally at nothing. So Brockway, you need to have a move to follow up what Eddie thinks to be a greeting spin around kick.
All right, I got a 4.
Oh, wow. You got Kicks. Warning on use. Any kick must be used with caution and under discretion, for the human leg muscles are massive and very powerful. All caster areas are very sensitive to traumatic impacts, and thus extremely susceptible to breaks, tears, compressions, and dislocations from their place and connection. Parentheses. These types of internal injuries, especially in the thoracic area, okay, this goes on for a very long time.
So what I'm hearing is every kick is devastating. It doesn't matter how bad this kick was.
Yes.
We exploded that man.
Yes. It says kicks can lead to a lengthy rehabilitation period with the probability of permanent disability or complications that can cause infections, a need for amputations, and even death.
Okay, I'll take all of those. So we spun kicked him. He didn't explode, but he was disabled for a very long time. He had to have...
He got gangrene.
Yeah, he had
the infection.
He had to have several amputations and eventually died in the hospital after quite a bit of pain. That's a dark ending, but that's what happens after every spin kick.
Yep.
Like, they don't have time to show it in the Van Damme movies, but
given.
every single guy he spin kicked then went on to have a lengthy hospital stay, suffering from sepsis that had to result in amputations and eventually an unmourned death.
He had to have his elbow amputated. Now, the rest of the forearm was good, so they were able to keep that. But the elbow had to go.
But now it's just loose.
Well, they put it on the end of a nunchuck for him.
Which is taunting, because he can't use it.
Yeah.
Just flops around down there.
It makes a bedroom time complicated.
Man, Eddie, you're so lucky that you did a really shitty kick, and then I discovered that all kicks are deadly.
I just did like a spinning back kick, and you're like, no, this toe kick will give you gangrene. So
I think another big win. At the end of the day, I think you defeated most of your attackers.
Yeah.
You even got laid a couple of times, if I'm understanding that.
Yeah, we fell in love with one, and I regret nothing.
Yeah, consensually, yeah.
So you're safe, but no one else ever will be again. For you have given this woman a taste for blood and far too much karate to stop.
Einstein, Hunter, Frankfurt.